Everyone, welcome to the Chanel Auto Cars, where cars aren't just machines, they're moments. Today, we dive into a revival that nobody saw coming but everyone secretly wished for. After decades of silence, a name with muscle car royalty flows through the streets again. This is the story of the 2025 Plymouth GTX. A resurrection not just of metal and horsepower, but of legacy, passion, and raw American grit. Let's go back, way back, to a time when cars weren't defined by efficiency, algorithms, or sustainability. The late 60s and early 70s were a different world, a world where the muscle car was king, and Plymouth was part of the sacred trinity alongside Dodge and Chevrolet. The GTX was Plymouth's answer to the question, what if power could also wear a tuxedo? A gentleman's muscle car, poised yet brutal, stylish yet savage. It wasn't just about drag strips. It was about doing it all with class. Now, 2025 revives that very spirit, but through a lens polished by modern technology and performance metrics that defy everything we once thought a muscle car could be. First off, yes, it's real. Stellantis greenlit a limited production rebirth of the Plymouth GTX under a newly created Heritage Performance division. It's built on a heavily revised version of the Challenger platform but re-engineered so deeply that it barely resembles its cousin under the skin. The 2025 GTX isn't a rebadge. It's a full-on reincarnation. From the moment you see it, there's no mistaking the throwback DNA. Long hood, short deck, pronounced fenders, a wide, menacing stance. But what sets the GTX apart is the way it mixes retro and futurism without trying too hard. At the front, twin projector LED headlamps nestle into a darkened grille with the GTX name embossed dead center, no Dodge badging, no confusion. The hood features dual heat extractors and a functional ram air scoop. Along the sides, flush door handles blend seamlessly with the bodywork. And around the back, you get a full-width light bar reminiscent of the 71 GTX, updated with animated turn signals and sequential brake lighting. The quad exhaust tips are titanium black, each churning out the grumble of a beast that doesn't care what EVs think. Even the paint finishes are pure retro-future, colors like plum steel, burnt copper, glacier grape, and midnight rally matte. Under the hood, you've got choices, but they all scream American excess. Base model, a naturally aspirated 6.4L Hemi V8 pushing 500 horsepower. Mid-tier, a supercharged 6.2L variant punching out 717 horses. And then there's the crown jewel, the GTX Hellfire Edition. A 7.0L twin-turbo V8 developed specifically for the GTX, delivering a mind-blowing 850 horsepower and 860 pound-feet of torque. It's not electric, it's not a hybrid, it's unapologetically old school, internal combustion only, emissions regulations be damned. The GTX Hellfire hits 0 to 60 in just 3.1 seconds and tops out north of 200 miles per hour. It's absurd, and it knows it. But this isn't just about straight-line speed. The engineers didn't just bolt on power and call it a day. The chassis has been stiffened with a carbon fiber reinforced tunnel brace, the suspension replaced with adaptive magnetic dampers, and the steering recalibrated for precision unheard of in anything bearing the Plymouth badge. Whether you're carving through Angeles Crest or hammering down the highway at dawn, the 2025 GTX feels planted, sharp, and hungry. It corners like it has something to prove, because it does. It's not just proving it belongs in the 21st century. It's proving the soul of the muscle car never died. Step inside, and the nostalgia continues, only this time with a leather and Alcantara hug from the future. The bucket seats are trimmed in diamond-stitched suede with retro, GTX, embroidery and optional memory foam bolsters. A 14.5-inch curved digital cluster replaces traditional dials but displays them in a vintage-inspired font. A head-up display projects performance metrics onto the windshield. Ambient lighting follows your revs. A 1000-watt Harman Kardon system with 14 speakers comes standard, but it's the growl from the engine that you'll remember. There's no giant touchscreen dominating the center stack. Instead, a series of tactile, milled aluminum toggles control your drive modes, suspension damping, exhaust note, and launch control. It's a car that wants you to feel everything: shifts, road texture, G-forces, because that's what a real muscle car does. The infotainment, it's custom built for this car, running a skinned version of Uconnect 6 with support for voice control, OTA updates, and full-gauge customization. You want to recreate the look of a 1971 analog dash with simulated shake and flickering. It can do that. And just when you think this car couldn't surprise you more, it drops the final card: manual transmission. Yes, a 6-speed Tremec with a twin-disc clutch is available on every trim. You want to earn your speed? This is how you do it. Rev matching, available. Launch assist, sure, but you're still the one rowing gears, dancing with the beast. For purists, it's salvation. Let's talk about the numbers. Production is capped at 5,000 units globally. Each GTX is hand-assembled at a dedicated facility in Michigan. No two are alike. Each buyer can personalize their car through a heritage build program, choosing not only colors and trims but tuning preferences, sound profiles, and even embroidered interior signatures. The base model starts at $69,995, while the Hellfire Edition, if you can get your name on the list, starts at $109,000 and climbs with options. But this isn't just a car. It's a cultural defibrillator. It reminds us of what we once celebrated: speed, freedom, excess, and dares us to imagine that those things still matter. In an era where performance is increasingly quiet, clinical, and electrified, the 2025 Plymouth GTX screams. It's not politically correct, it's not efficient, it's not subtle, but it's necessary, because sometimes, a roar is the only way to be heard. And for those asking, why now? The answer is simple. The muscle car era may be dying, but the spirit behind it is immortal. The GTX is a love letter to rebellion, a middle finger to conformity, and a last ride for those who believe that noise is beauty and speed is truth.